Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's June 1st, 2017. Later today, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The third time in a row, it will be the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. I want to show you what's so interesting about LeBron James and Steph Curry, who were both born in Akron, Ohio, in the same hospital where Nate Thurmond was once born, who had his number 42 retired with the Cavs and the Warriors. Right here, what we're looking at are LeBron James's career playoff games. Tonight, when he enters Game 1 of the NBA Finals, it will become his 213th game all time. Notice he played in 87 playoff games with the Heat. He's played in 125 with Cleveland. Tonight will be his 126th with Cleveland, his 213th all-time, and his 7th straight NBA Finals. Look at the gematria of the NBA Finals, 213. In a moment, we're going to talk about the death of Len Bias, who died in 1986, 213 days after his birthday. 1986 was the first year of the name the NBA Finals. Also, Steph Curry, who was born in the same hospital as LeBron, tonight is going to be his 71st playoff game all time. And why is that interesting? This is the 71st season of the NBA, and the Golden State Warriors have been in Golden State since 71. Before that, they were in San Francisco. Before that, they were in Philadelphia, where they won the first pro basketball championship. And I'll remind you, after Game 1 of this season, Game 1, first night of the season, which was on a date with 71 numerology, October 25th, 2016, I said why we were going to see Warriors and Cavs in the NBA Finals for a third straight time. And remember, on that same night, the World Series began, Cleveland versus the Chicago Cubs, and it was the first time in 71 years the Cubs had been in the World Series. If you listened to my radio show last night, somebody called in last night to make a point about the NBA Finals 25 years ago. I want you to see this. Finals equals 25. 25 years ago was 1992. Just last week, there were a lot of headlines about how LeBron James missed a dunk that was reminiscent of the way Michael Jordan missed a dunk in 92. What somebody pointed out last night on my radio program, if you listened, was in 91 and 92, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Chicago Bulls won back-to-back championships. They won back-to-back 2 years in a row. And then, of course, Jordan would go on to win the next year as well. But anyway, Pittsburgh, last year, the Penguins won the Stanley Cup, and the Cavs won the NBA championship. If the Penguins win this year and the Cavs win this year, it'll be reminiscent of 92, 1992. And if you go back and watch all the videos I put out this year, I said there's some riddle going on between Chicago, Golden State, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do you remember the fire in Oakland? The warehouse fire of December 2nd. Remember, Golden State equals 122. Oakland's on the 122nd meridian. There was the fire at the warehouse on 12/2, December 2nd. That night, the Cavs were playing in Chicago. I showed how it was a riddle with the Great Chicago Fire, which was also a riddle used in the World Series. And if you haven't gone back and watched my videos and you don't know what I'm talking about, this might all be confusing. But again, there's a reason I put out all the work to document all that's going on. So now here we see it. You know, last year, Golden State surpassed Chicago's win record. Remember that? Last year, Golden State won 73 games, beating the mark by Chicago of 72. Anyhow, there is this ongoing riddle. And is the riddle that Cleveland is the new Chicago? Maybe. I'm still torn. I can't tell you who's going to win these NBA Finals for sure, But what I can show you and what I continue to show you is how it's all scripted. Everything is planned out way before it happens. There's no mistakes in this system. And the reason that there's no mistakes is because technology is being used in the NBA to ensure scores are exact to the point. Meaning the winner and loser, it can't be changed. You know, no one's going to make the shot that would tip the game the wrong way because the technology's in place to either make sure that ball stays out or goes in, whatever needs to happen. The NBA, it's not legit. It's a show, it's athletic actors, and it's technology dictating the outcomes of games. But anyhow, just trying to help you put all these pieces together that we've been looking at. If the Penguins and the Cavs win this year, we see what it's all about. It's a tribute to 91 and 92, and then it makes you wonder. If the Cavs win this year, I'm going to look at the possibility of Cleveland also winning next year when LeBron's 33 years old in Cleveland. Remember, Cleveland 33, James 33, LeBron 33, Michael 33, NBA Finals 33. The Lakers and Celtics have won a combined 33 championships. Magic 33, Kobe 33, Bird 33. Could go on all day with all the 33 in this league. But anyhow, 213th game tonight for LeBron, 71st for Steph Curry, 71st season of the NBA. One more time, Golden State been in Golden State since 71. The season began on a date with 71 numerology. Something to think about. If the Cavs swept the Warriors, if the Cavs sweep the Warriors, I expect this series to go to Game 7. I could be wrong. But if the Cavs swept the Warriors, which would surprise everyone, LeBron would complete the sweep in his 216th game, 216. Cleveland, the 216 area code. Last year, the last game in Cleveland combined to 216 points. Let's see. Something I wanted to show you. That's the problem with doing these videos off the cuff. Sometimes my thought slips out of my head that I wanted to show you about 216 in Cleveland. It's okay. Tonight, what you should know. Today, June 1st, it is the 152nd day of the year. Pennsylvania equals 152, where Philadelphia is the original home of the Warriors. If the Warriors win tonight, do remember that. The game's at home in Oakland. They're the favorites. Today's date, June 1st, 2017. It's a date with 44 numerology. Chosen one equals 44. It's also a date with 17 numerology. Ohio's the 17th state. NBA equals 17. The Cavs were the 17th team to join the NBA. The Celtics lead the NBA with 17 championships. Let's transition to the death of Len Bias real quick. Len Bias died June 19th. That's King James's birthday. Last year, LeBron won the finals on June 19th. Notice he was born November 18th. I'm going to show you why that's interesting. Again, he died 213 days after his birthday, the first year of the NBA Finals. Notice his full name, Leonard Kevin Bias. It sums to 71, the reflection of 17. He played at Maryland, which was once the Catholic colony. Maryland, Virginia, Virgin Mary. In Landover, Maryland, which has the gematria of 71. Again, Steph Curry played at a Catholic college. LeBron James went to a Catholic high school. The Catholics, which were created by the false Jews once upon a time, if you don't know that. That's why the Catholic Church doesn't make any sense. But the Catholics, the Jews, the false Jews, they control the world of entertainment, including the NBA, which should be no secret in light of David Stern and Adam Silver. But just notice the 71 coding, you know, in his name, in the college he went to, the word Catholic. Drafted to Boston after they won the championship, then he dropped dead. And a lot of people say his death was for the benefit of Jordan's career, which is entirely possible. Anyhow, the date he was born, November 18th, the 322nd day of the year, the NBA Finals has Jewish gematria of 322. Special number. Very relevant number to Masonry. And pay attention that he wore the number 34 for Maryland as well. Maryland 34, Murder 34. Notice also that he was drafted after the Cleveland Cavaliers picked and before the Warriors. Drafted by the Celtics between the Warriors and Cavs. And again, on the anniversary of Cleveland breaking their curse last year. So there was the 1986 draft. He died 2 days after the draft, and he died exactly 213 days after his birthday. A lot of black young men have died in history by the number 213. It's a long list. It's a growing list. We uncover more and more about this number all the time. And remember, in satanic gematria, the word death is 213. For another Celtic who died by 213, Reggie Lewis, he collapsed in a game on April 29th, the 119th day of the year. Vatican 119, Francis 119, Confession 119, All-Seeing Eye 119, Star of David 119, Master Plan 119. The game where he collapsed, do you know what the total score was? And remember, every game is scripted to the point. 213 points. Technology's been in place in the NBA for a long time. It's all part of a sick, ongoing code. So understand what you're watching when you turn on the NBA. You know? You're turning on a rigged distraction, a rigged circus, where behind it is ritual murder. You know? Somebody just sent me a message that Stephen A. Smith's mother died, just like how Kenny the Jet's, mother just recently died. All of these murders are for these NBA Finals. Guarantee you Stephen A. Smith's mother was murdered last night. How does he spell his name? Does he spell like this? Yeah, he does. That's the nice thing about gematria. If you remember the numbers behind people's names, then you can know the correct spelling. Stephen A. Smith sums to 58, just like Freemasonry, like Secret Society, like Rosicrucian, like Rose Cross, like Craftsman, like Solomon's Temple. All of these things pertain to Freemasonry. And of course, Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem, Freemasonry based in Jewish history. This whole nation we live in, it's a Jewish slave state. And the sports are here to pacify the slaves. And a lot of these athletes that people look up to and think are so rich, I'm not even sure that they're really that rich. Look at a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who supposedly makes $200 million a fight but can't drive his own cars, wears white t-shirts. I mean, I know for some people that's a fashion statement, but are you really rich if you can't even drive your own cars? You know? It's all a show. It's all a big Zionist Jew show to keep people in the American dream, distracted, thinking about things they'll never have. Look at the gematria of 139 over here. Again, that's just like Freemasonry, just like America, just like Jewish state, just like Westworld. A story about a people who don't know what the truth of is their existence. They don't realize that they were, made for somebody else's purpose. Adam Silver, David Stern, it isn't hard to see. So yeah, I just wanted to give you these notes on tonight's game. As I said yesterday, these finals are really hard to call because they've stacked the same numbers on both teams. But we'll monitor on a game-by-game basis. Every game's going to be scripted. We're going to see the numbers we've been talking about so many times before. And just think about how perfect it is that LeBron's 213th game is first, Steph Curry's 71st in the 71st season. Again, the two men born in the same hospital that Nate Thurmond was once born in, who was the star player of both teams. Again, Nate Thurmond dropped dead 27 days after the Cavs won the finals last year, where LeBron scored 27 in Game 7. Don't forget about how before the game, Anton Yelchin, the actor, dropped dead at age 27, and he had 103 birth numerology, 103 the 27th prime. Last year, the Cavs won Game 7 in their 103rd total game of the season. I just also noticed that Cavs and Satanic is 185 like basketball. That's interesting. Also like triple-double. Here's a prediction I got. I'm going to give you one prediction for these NBA Finals. If LeBron James is to win these NBA Finals, he's going to get 2 triple-doubles. He's going to get 2, and here's why. He's sitting at 55 career triple-doubles. He's sitting at 55. NBA Finals has the gematria of 57. If he gets 2 more, he'll have 57 for his career. And how perfect would that be in winning the NBA Finals? Also, if somehow the Cavs were to sweep the Warriors, which would surprise me, I want you to know that the word sweep equals 23 like king, like symbol. You know, LeBron wears 23. Also, if you write out 2, it has gematria of 23. Could he win 2 of 3 against the Warriors? You could also make the argument that he could lose 2 of 3, you know? So we'll leave it at that, Truth Seeker. Until next time.